Sean Higgs coming at you. Pac-12 tournament action. Tipping off on Wednesday, the 13th. Thanks for popping in. If you just found this because you're a Pac-12 fan, you're like, what? Who's this? Midday Money. That is my daily show, 7 days a week. Midday Money, 12 noon Eastern. Hence Midday Money, East Coast time zone. Late night money's at midnight or 9 o'clock for you out in Pac-12 country. I'm just assuming a lot of people are out on the West Coast because you're Pac-12ers. So check out the show. Free picks daily. A lot of college basketball right now. But we do some NBA and hockey, and of course NFL college football. Baseball right around the corner. There'll be some ribby props from me. So maybe no bottom nines. And the chat contributes all the time. So it's a live show. The chat comes in. There are player props and parlays and soccer, all types of stuff people want to tell you who you like. So check out the Midday Money Show. But let's talk about Pac-12 odds and the lines or the odd numbers to win the tournament from DraftKings. Arizona minus 160. And why wouldn't they be? Now they've had a couple of hiccups, right? They are 15-5. They kind of struggled a little bit down the stretch here. They had some losses. But look at these numbers: 24-7, 20-10 ATS. Because when they lose, they're losing outright as a big fave. They're always laying some kind of crazy number. 6 in the KenPom ratings. And if you don't have a KenPom subscription, not that the guy pays me, even if you're just a casual better, get KenPom for $25. It's a quarter. Possible one seed, Final Four contender for sure. I thought they were a Final Four type team, although you see down the stretch they've had some losses. It is what it is. I still think Arizona. You got NBA talent. You're a good team, but do I want to lay 160? I don't want to lay 160. If you watch any of my other previews, I'm not telling you ever come in. That's not what I do. We want some plus money. All right, Washington here. So 5-1, 14-6. Just a game behind the 15-5 Arizona squad here, and they beat them twice. And they pulled up a splitty versus Colorado and Oregon, two teams who they could very well face. So they have Colorado as a 3, Oregon as a 4. They beat Arizona twice. 4-2 versus the top dogs. Playing pretty good. You want to take a 5-1 shot here? Hey, I'm not going to say no to a 5-1 shot. The other 5-1 shot here, Colorado. Now here's where I maybe take a look on this team, the way they're playing. Coming in hot, you've won 6 straight. Maybe getting a little groove back they had earlier in the season. Obviously, you should take care of Utah, Arizona State, who you went combined 3-1 against. Move on. Move on to Washington State, and let's see what happens. This is the one I'd probably be on here. Out of the 2-5, out of Washington State and Colorado, I would lean Colorado just because, I don't know. Call it what it is. Gut hunch. Colorado for me. Oregon is a 4 seed underneath Arizona. No thank you here. 5-5 down the stretch. You split UCLA, beat Oregon State by 7. And that's who you have. UCLA is the 5 seed. They're playing in the first round on Wednesday versus Oregon State. 10-1. Absolutely no way. 10-1. This should be 45-1 like UCLA. So here's the 5 seed. So who's showing up here? Because you want to take UCLA at 45-1? I'm all for it. I'm all for taking UCLA. But who's showing up? Team that lost 5 in a row before they just won the last game? Or the team that won 6 in a row and 8 of 9? Or the team that won 1-9 before that? This team is wowzer. I don't even know. But at 45-1, if you want to put a little something on this, because I think they could beat Oregon State. I think they can beat Oregon. And against Arizona, at that point, it is free money, and Arizona has lost a couple games. So Utah is the 6 seed playing Arizona State. Another team not playing well the last month and a half. It's a pass for me. No, thank you. Cal, who is facing Stanford, I'm not listening. This is a 7 seed, and they're 130-1. Okay? The teams behind them have short odds. Like, here we go. The 8 seed. This is Washington and USC. So they got a tough. It says a touchy, but it's tough USC team because USC. Um, that's going to be a trendy kind of pick, right? Everybody's kind of onto them lately, and they're next up here. So we could kind of talk about these two teams together. So you got USC and then Arizona. No, thank you. No, thank you. And then here we go. This is the cool pick, right? This is kind of like St. John's coming out of the Big East. Everybody wants to get on Patino. So USC. Dude, they beat Washington and then Arizona, and they just beat them 78-65. So people are going to think, wow, you just beat them last week. Now you have a revenge spot. Is it a revenge spot? Maybe USC is just playing that. Uh, if you want 35-1, I don't, I'm not going to say no to that. I just think this is going to be one you're going to hear a lot about. And honestly, will we be shocked when Arizona just marches through this thing? No. But 35 or this or UCLA, I would probably want to go to UCLA, believe it or not. At 45, a little better. Stanford is the 10 seed versus Cal. Um, but hey, they beat the 7 seed Cal to end a road 6 game losing streak, and they were an 8 of 9 slide. So um, I don't know. Do we want to do maybe look at this as, hey, let's play Stanford in the standalone game in the first round, and Arizona State and Oregon say no, thank you. Although honestly, if I'm getting a nice number on Wednesday, and do I have a early Wednesday look for this game? Wednesday. So we might have Washington has probably a pick 'em. Somebody's gonna be a 1 in that game versus USC. UCLA will probably be a 3 or 4 point favorite there. Stanford is showing right now as a favorite over Cal. Interesting. Interesting. Utah, probably a touchdown favorite over Arizona State. Out of those games, where will I look to be the more? I know I'd have to dig into that UCLA Oregon State game. As much as I like that 45-1 UCLA, I don't know. We will see. Again, tune into the Midday Money Show. But if you're looking for what are we going to go cooking with here, I'm going to say Colorado 5-1. That is my shot here. Haven't bet this. And as of doing my videos today that I'm loading up here on YouTube on Monday, um, the Nova one is the one I did play in the Big East one. I'm giving away my secrets. But I appreciate you watching and spending some time with me today. Good luck in your bets. And once again, Mr. Sean Hakes on Twitter. Bye-bye.